Hey everybody, it's Coach Ian from the Endurance Lab. We're going to go over something we just talked about in Coach's Corner, and it is homemade maple syrup gels. So one of the things I like to use are these little containers here, and I'm going to make my gel up and put it in here. Got a little screw top on it, and I fill it up with this mechanism here. So I'm going to go ahead and get that set up real quick. You just screw it on, and when I fill up what's going to be my gel, I just push it down. Plunge it down. We're going to see that in a bit. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is, today you can see the recipe up at the top. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to grab my half banana, and I'm going to mash it up. Now, I was out of old bananas to make this one, but the older bananas tend to work better as they mash a little bit better. You can put this in a food processor or a blender. Old school sometimes and just do it with a fork. Either way works. The important part is just getting it all good and mashed up. That it's not a bunch of big chunks, that you have your little banana puree is what we're looking for. So you can see right there, it's all mashed up. Now, the recipe calls for roughly a quarter tablespoon of sea salt. I don't have a good way to get this out, so I'm just going to grind it a couple times, winging it a little bit. That should be good. Alright, I'm going to add some cacao. You can use cocoa as well if you want a little more flavor. I just want to add the cacao to it. We're going to do 1 teaspoon of cacao. I know it says tablespoon, but it is actually 1 teaspoon of cacao. And that shuts nice and level. Boom, dump that in. Alright. So that is done. I'm going to go with 1 tablespoon of Nescafe. I want to make this a nice little coffee flavor to it. Give me a little caffeine kick as well. And we're going to level that off. Boom, dump that in there. Alright. And now that we have that, we're going to go for our main ingredients. Some maple syrup. You can use Canadian, you can use Vermont, whatever you want. Just make sure it's pure maple syrup and not the stuff with the high fructose corn syrup. And reason we want that is that maple syrup is a sugar that is much better used in the body than high fructose corn syrup. It is the sucrose side of the house, vice a glucose side of the house. That is 3, and this is 4. Okay, now the good thing about this is, yeah, it takes a little bit of time. It's a lot cheaper than buying these in the store. In the store, these are going to cost you roughly $2 per. And this probably is like 35-40 cents for me to make this. Just a little bit of sweat equity. And you can make this in bulk if you want, divide it up into your pouches. And then I'm simply just going to mix it up. Make sure all my powders dissolve. Again, you can do this in a food processor or a blender, but I didn't want you guys to have to listen to that. It gets rather loud on the recording when I start running machinery here. Okay, now that I've got it more or less mixed up, I am going to go ahead and put it in my pouch. So, in the pouch here, very simple. I should have used a mixing cup, but this works too because it's got a corner. I just pour it straight in. Okay. And I'm going to take the plunger and I'm going to push it down into my pouch. Now you can get these pouches online pretty much anywhere. I think I got these on Amazon. You can get them at the grocery store as well. Generally, you'll find them where you look for baby foods. People like to make their homemade baby foods and applesauce, so that's where you're going to usually find them. And for a box of 50, I think I have with the lids, it was just a couple bucks. So, way cheaper than if I was doing this on my own. Now, I will caution you this. When you take this lid off, or this plunger off, be prepared for some of the gel to want to come back out. So you can either cap it, and I'm capping it since I talked to you guys. Normally I just put my mouth over it and ingest a little bit, get the taste on it. Okay. That's some good flavor. Now you notice one thing I did on here was I put the date and what it was, because since this is a homemade product, I don't want to let it sit in my fridge for 2 or 3 weeks because there are no preservatives in it. Well, that's basically it for the gel. I'm going to throw this in the fridge for a little bit. I also do recommend once you get done filling it, rinse it off before you put it in. I'm going to put this in the fridge for a little bit, and then I'm going to get ready for my workout, and I'll give it a test out then. All right, hope everyone enjoys these, and share your recipes with us. I just made another one earlier that is more chocolate than coffee, but share your recipes with us and let us know what you like.